Andrew, good seeing you. I am so glad you are not a Hollywood diva. I have seen you watching poor Amin El Hassan sweat in front of you because I feel so bad for Amin there. I mean, please, like nobody saw what you were going through there where the show careened into you. Everything that got to you was not working right because Wah Bellamy is wearing the outfit that can't allow him to do these things correctly. And so what we're left with is you naked in front of Andrew Santino performing a comedy bit that has gone south.
Dan, it's not just that. In front of any comedian, it would have been bad. But I'm such a huge fan of Andrew Santino and the Bad Friends podcast. Like, if it was anyone else, if it was Carlos Mencia, I'd be like, I'll take that L.
It's just brutal. But what we just did to you is cruel. And I'm guessing that he would say, yeah, comedians kind of have to suffer on. It's going to be not funny in public, and it's going to hurt. So, Andrew, welcome. I'm sorry that you had to witness all that.
That's okay. I love to watch people bomb. That's one of my favorite things to do is see other people just really tank it. The list was great. It just went on for about, I don't know, 7 minutes too long, but it was good. Condense it next time, just a little bit. But trim the fat.
Yes. At any point, I was yelling at my thick-tongued producer to do that during that segment, but he was too busy telling me the hockey and basketball playoffs start, and he doesn't have time for this show. You understand?
Also, the Panthers outfit. Is this punishment? What is this? What is that?
You are exactly right. This is punishment. I have all the gear. Every last one of these pads and the jersey and everything. I'm wearing it right now because of a punishment.
Show him the skates.
I got skates as well.
And he's saying it's hard to do his job that way of executive producer because it is a physical punishment. Comedy. That's right, comedy.
Roy.
Yes, sir.
Roy, given what's going on right now, both culturally and economically, and don't you think you have a case here to be made for employee abuse? And
I mean, I would if we had an HR here.
Wah. You want it? Wah. His name is Wah.
Well, let me represent you, please. I'll be your counsel.
I hope you're pro bono.
You out, man.
Yeah, pro bono.
Hey, don't talk like that, man. This is a family show.
Okay.
Andrew, thank you for joining us. You have rocketed. It's fun to see because you're doing it with your best friend and you're just laughing all day, every day. And now you've got a new podcast, and I'm pretty sure it's a scam from what I can see. I think you're just want to golf a lot, and so somebody's going to pay. Somebody's going to pay for it?
I'm living the dream.
So somebody's
I'm living the dream.
All right, so so explain it to me, please, because this is cheating here. So you're just going to feed your golfing addiction.
Yeah, well, look, I went on tour for 2 years with Bobby Lee, so I had to stare at Bobby Lee in his underwear for 2 years on a tour bus. So I think I'm owed a little bit from the universe for giving this love of comedy around the world. And so after 2 years of touring, and I shot my special that's going to come out on Hulu in September with Peyton Manning's company, Omaha Productions. Shout out to them. I wanted to take some time, and I had pitched this golf show. I said, I want to do this one whole walk and talk with celebrities, athletes, golfers called No Bad Lies. And I give them deliberately bad lies, and all the while they tell me a time where life gave them a bad lie and how they recovered. It was praised by many people in the business. They thought, oh, that's a great idea. And I said, I'm going to do it. So the first 2 episodes are out right now with Cam Smith and John Rahm. I'll give you a couple sneaky names that are going to be on the show. Charlie Day, Michelle Wee, Michael Phelps. We've got a host of people, not just, golfers, but also athletes and celebrities, and a few sneaky ones that are pretty impressive that I will say will come out later in the season. But yes, it's a way for me to play golf. So what, Dan?
Oh no, I actually think now hearing you talk about it, you've changed my mind by the way that you talk about it, because I'm assuming that one of the things you're trying to do in the comedy space is show a vulnerable thing to people while also golfing. Like for you as a comedian to be able to talk to athletes or whomever about like, hey, can we talk about our feelings here for real? Like it seems like that's something that you would do because you're interested in making good content. You're not going to just fart around out there and golf.
No, we are the depth of the show is that I like this philosophical, tie-in of golf is like life, that it's going to give you a lot of bad lies. A lot of people go through, a divorce, a loss, tragic things happen in our lives, or just small hiccups. They don't have to be traumatic, but just like in golf, you have to find a way to recover. And I like this philosophy. I like this, it's not that comedic sometimes, but I like that world of how do you recover in life? We're all put in bad situations, and how do you get out of it? We've had some funny stories. We've had some heartfelt stories. I'm excited for people to see the rest of the season. It gets really good, and it's funny. All the while I'm goofing and taking shots at myself, and it's also nice to see me take shots at professional golfers who have to be kind of tied up all the time.
Can you tell me why it is that you disappeared? I was very disappointed in you, and I am happy for you and your success. But I thought we had a deal for you to be like a Chiefs correspondent during the run, because you're friends with Kelsey and you're friends with
Yes.
Mahomes, and you talk trash to your fan base by saying I'm allowed to be friends with the Chiefs, but something got lost along the way, and then you disappeared. Was it the
I
loss?
went on tour.
Was it the loss?
No, it wasn't the loss. No, I just been on tour for so long. I'm trying to make money. I'm not like you. I don't have a big fancy studio with 19 employees that you can yell at and lash out whenever things aren't going your way. And whenever a bid isn't going right, I hear you in the headphones just ruining these people's egos. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, look what you did to Wah. You think Wah's going to go home tonight and feel good about this? He's going to sit in his kitchen and eat cold soup like he does at night. And this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt, Wah. Nod your head if this is hurting.
Yes,
This hurts, Wah. He can't even nod his head because of this neck brace you've got him in, both physically and metaphorically. Wah, if you need help getting out of there, can you close your fist? Can you close your fist like this? Put your thumb in your fist. Yeah, do it with the glove. Thank you, Wah.
Yeah,
Very good.
Yeah.
You know what, Dan? I get it. He does take direction well. I do. I see what you're doing with him. This makes sense. Yeah. Fantastic.
You calling him Wah? Are you a hockey fan? Are you in any way a hockey fan? Like, what are your sports allegiances? How do they work?
Look, I like hockey. I would never claim to know a lot about it. Is the reference to I mean, I know Patrick Waugh. I know that.
Yeah, well,
one of the
that's what we
greatest
were
of all
doing,
time.
but that's why I was laughing so hard at you calling him Wah again every time, because his name is Roy.
Well, I have to. I play into the bit. You give me the bit, I'm going to play into it. No, I do like hockey. I mean, look, I'm supportive of the Blackhawks. The Kane and Taves era was great. I think Bedard is one of the greatest young players I've ever seen. I think he's been dealt kind of a little bit of a tough hand, to be honest with you. People have their opinions about his attitude, but I'm supportive of the Hawks, and I do like hockey. But basketball, baseball, and football are that's my trifecta. That's the upper echelon. By the way, speaking of which, I went to the Cubs game to watch them smack around the Dodgers 16-0. One of the greatest games I've ever seen live in my entire life. It was incredible. I mean, it was. I was laughing. I was just cracking up every time we were adding another
laughing
run.
At your Hollywood
what a day.
friends, like laughing. What is happening there? Why are you laughing?
It was just like at some point I wasn't even cheering. I was just cracking up at how embarrassing this was, that the returning World Series champs are getting smacked around by a hodgepodge of guys that they thought, couldn't put up a fight against them in the series here. It's early. I know it's early in the season, but still, it was wonderful to watch. Wonderful to watch live. Go Cubs, go.
Hey, Andrew, quick question for you. Our show tries to be a great yes and show. We're not. You are excellent at yes and. What are some tips you can give our poor show to get better at it?
Well, Jeremy Taché.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. That was impressive.
When you were in that 2-shot here with him, right when you said we're not that good at being a yes and show, he did this. What? That's like the number one rule you don't do. Jeremy, that's an opportunity for you to go. See, there you go. That's an opportunity for you to go, yes, we are bad, and I'll tell you why. And then you go into why you guys are so bad, why you don't deserve your job. That's where it gets funny. That's where it
I'll
gets
never
clever.
admit I'm wrong. No, absolutely not.
You'll never admit you're wrong?
No.
Oh
I've
my
learned
God.
at the teat of Mike Ryan.
Teach them, Andrew. Please teach them, please.
Let me interview Taché real fast. Taché, where are you from?
I'm from down here in South Florida.
Stuttered. He stuttered right away. He got nervous. He thought about it. He was going to say what local area he's actually from. Then he did this like broad regional encompassing South Florida. He didn't want me to take a shot at the neighborhood. Where is it? Where are you from, Taché?
I am from Weston, Florida, which is an upper middle class suburb of Fort Lauderdale.
There we are.
Wait a minute.
We like it.
Wait, are you a surgeon? Can you do that, please, to him with every question you ask?
Well, sure. So upper middle class from outside of Fort Lauderdale. And Dad did what for a living?
My father was a financial advisor. Thank you for asking.
You look like a kid of a financial advisor.
I know
the way
I do.
You hold yourself. The way you hold your shoulders looks like a kid whose dad, was earning really good coin. Was mom stay at home, Teshe?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, she stayed at home. This kid got, you know what's so funny about this guy? Wow, turn around real fast. Look at this guy and stare at him this whole segment. Teshe is the kind of guy whose mom had food ready when he got home with his friends after school. She cut the crust off all his sandwiches. Teshe never had dirt on his shoes. He always walked in the middle of the road. And when anybody was doing something up to no good, he'd go, "Guys, I don't think that's a good idea." That's Teshe.
Oh, that's the
Oh
most
my
accurate thing you
God.
could have said the whole
He
time.
is-
Does that?
He is.
I can feel this guy. I can feel this guy I can feel him through the computer. Teshe, I can't wait to meet you when I come down there. I love you. I'm just having fun with
No,
you. But
no,
I
I
gotta
love you
tell
too. No, this is
no,
great.
don't be soft. You don't love him.
Thank you, Andrew.
I don't.
You will once you
don't-
meet me.
I like
You'll really
it.
love
No,
me. That's
no,
what happened
no,
here.
no.
Everyone, once they got to know me,
Andrew,
they really fell in love.
I don't know about that.
Andrew, you saw through him, and yeah, I don't.
Where'd you go to college? How about that, Dan? Where'd he go to college, Teshe?
Surprise here. Went to a state school, University of Central Florida.
Oh, I respect you a little bit more. I got to tell you, that grew on me just a little bit. That grew on me just a little bit. I got a little bit of love for you there.
Thank you.
UCF is good. Good for you. Okay, we'll take that. And then can I guess out of 3? I'm going to give 3 guesses, and I'll be done. 3 cars that I think you might drive. Let me get the camera on Teshe one more time.
Hold on. Right now, 3 cars you think he might drive.
Yeah, I want to get what I think he might drive in 3 guesses.
Do any of us know those
I-
so we can know the payoff? Do any of us know what he actually drives? Can someone write it down? Can someone give it to me? Like, what's the payoff here? Do any of us know what the car is?
We know
Somebody
that.
has to.
We know. We're not going to say it out loud.
Okay.
Obviously, Andrew has to guess, but we know.
Okay, I'm going to guess. For fun, I'm going to say a Mini Cooper because you seem like that kind of guy, a little cutesy pootsy, parking around a Mini Cooper.
Oh man, I
Well,
love
it
the
seems
Mini
like it's
Cooper.
easy to parallel.
No,
That's a guy I knew
I
you
don't
would.
drive it, but I love it.
Hold on. Don't say it. 3 guesses. Just Mini Cooper is number 1. Number 2, I would say it's something humble, something in the realm of like a Honda Accord, something reliable, humble, something in that regard, because that gets you to. And then I would say,
Closer.
you're. Well then, you know what you are, Teshe? You're in the Hyundai world. You're a Hyundai driver. You like Hyundai, and based on your look, I'm gonna guess it's that town in down South Arizona. You're a Tucson. You're a Tucson.
No way! Hyundai Tucson. You're right. Unbelievable. It even has a Schitt's Creek sticker on the back of it.
Oh my God. Dude, shit.
You would have
This
gotten there
guy is
eventually,
unbelievable.
man. You would have gotten there eventually. You would have figured that out.
So you're
Oh my
saying, I
God.
love Taché. I'll see you when you're down in Miami?
I love Taché. I'll see you when you're down when I'm down in Miami. I really do. Bring Wah along for the ride as well.
All right. So Wah
Can't
will
wait.
have, Wah
Have a
will
really
have to,
fun time,
Wah
I
will have
promise.
to go dressed like this. Yes or
What?
no? Yes. No. He looked pretty good walking into the room. Can you do this with anyone else in the room? Surely. I don't know how you surgically did that to just Taché. I don't think you can do that to anyone else here. Could you?
I lost audio on you guys. I don't know what happened.
It's okay.
Oh, I got you then. Say that. Well, what's the redheaded gentleman's name with the Marlins hat on?
I'm Chris. How's it going, man?
I think he could do this with everybody in the room. I do believe so.
You're a hero
I do
of mine.
like Chris.
A ginger hero
Chris-
of mine.
Chris Cote, I like you a lot. I feel your vibe. Are you tall? I can't tell because you're sitting down. Are we
5'11".
anywhere between
5'11".
5'11"? Oh, he's doing that thing. Right. So he's 5'10". He's trying to sniff 6 feet. I know how that goes. He's trying to sniff 6 feet. These guys that are 5'10",
I thought
they
no,
always claim that.
I thought no one was 5'11", right? Everyone who's
No one is 5'11".
Everyone who's 5'11" is 6 feet, correct?
No, everyone who's 5'11" is actually 5'10", and every guy that says they're 6'1" is actually 6 feet. That's what it is. That's truly the way it breaks down.
Damn it.
And I got to tell you, Cote, I know you're 5'10", and Can I just guess? Can I just guess for the sake of it? I'm not taking a shot at you. 226.
Wow, man.
A little lighter, actually. I think a little lighter.
Good for you.
But not by much.
216.
Oh, that's what you meant.
No, no, 216. No, not 216. You said 26, right? Did your audio break down? 26 is what you said.
I said 226. I said 226. How much do you weigh?
Oh, my bad. You're really close. I thought you said 260.
We all thought you said 260.
Yeah. I'm like
No,
230.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm like 230.
235, 236. You mean?
This guy sees right through me.
You keep falling into his traps. He gets you into his web with just a question like he cares about you, and he toys with you because he doesn't care about you.
I care about you very much. I care about you very much. And I will say something about this guy. He's married, and what I can feel about this guy is he's married to a woman who is, and a cliche, but so far out of his league, it's hilarious. I bet you when you guys meet her, everybody goes, "That's Coty's wife." Oh my God, that's what they all say behind his back when they have that second.
No,
beer
they
when
just
he
say
leaves.
it to me. Like if they don't really,
Oh,
it's
they
not
do.
behind my back. Yeah. All the tweets,
Okay.
anytime my wife is shown on social media.
No, you also get the added bonus of, oh look, she cares for a giant toddler.
That's right.
He takes care of you. All right, so I'm gonna guess in 3 guesses what Coty drives. Okay. So my first genuine guess is a truck. My first guess is a truck because he looks like he might want to get in and out of a truck. Full size guy might want to get in and out of a truck, but it's not a truck. And that's okay. That's fine. It's got to be something. It's got to be something standard. Then we're gonna go back to just a sedan, maybe a regular sedan, or a coupe, or a little coupe, a nice coupe. Are you a Japanese car guy? You know what? He's got to be like a either a Lexus or an Acura.
No.
That's unbelievable, man.
Was someone's mic on?
This is ridiculous.
He can't do this.
That's
I
crazy.
drive-
That's crazy.
I drive an Acura
That's
MDX.
crazy.
How are
That's
you
ridiculous.
doing this?
You can go on the road. You can go
I
on
can
the
feel
road.
it.
He can go on the road as a magic act. He can be a traveling salesman for golf and like a carnival act. Could you do it to a mean? Like, here's one of the things. Look, this dude is doing a lot of groundbreaking comedy, and he's worked with some really, really talented people. But the project he does with Bobby Lee, like about real friendship, they crash cultural stuff because they really love each other the way no one else can. No one else in the sphere does, because he learned about working with Larry David and learned working with Lil Dicky. And so this thing that he does with Bobby Lee is wildly funny. And what are you guys laughing at?
Is Bobby's dad here? No, I love when he does Bobby's dad.
Bobby's dad's funny.
We're fans of the show.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, it's so Bobby's mom is my best impression, but Bobby's dad was a special man who would hit him with golf clubs. So that the irony of me doing a golf show is that Bobby's father would smack him around with the golf clubs. That's his memory of golf. So I'm excited to get Bobby on the show, teach him how to golf, but I'm afraid he's going to have, these traumatic flashbacks and have PTSD from getting smashed with a 9-iron over the head in the morning.
It's actually ethically wrong what you're doing, that Bobby Lee would have that as his lifestyle, and it would turn, you making fun of his father would turn into you roaming the earth with celebrities, golfing with them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I put up with him for a long time. You live on a tour bus with Bobby Lee for a good year, and then you tell me you're not owed a ticket into heaven, a slot, a seat in there, because after all I put up with for that entire time. But he's my best friend. I love him, and what we've created together has been incredible. And I'm so happy about it. We also have an animated show that we're doing together that we're creating based on our show. So we're making some moves outside of that show, and we just kind of want to keep growing the brand and having a good time. That's, at this point in my life and my career, I just want to have fun. We've worked hard. I just want to keep having fun now. I want to do what you guys are doing. I want to have a good time with my friends every day.
Oh, that's
and what? Yeah, and what?
Thank you.
Andrew, does Benny Blanco really take a boat to Europe, or is he just messing around?
No, he did for a long time. He was afraid to fly for a very long time. Now, I think now he does finally fly. But I'm sure, Selena's got him on some private jet. So I'm sure he's I'm sure he's on her jet or whatever spaceship that everyone's using now, right? Are people getting into spaceships now? That's the new thing. All these celebrities I saw this are getting into spaceships. Can't wait. Leave them up there. Next time they go up, just leave them up there.
Well,
Cut the thing and let it float.
What's going on? Did anyone make you mad? Did Katy Perry? Jessica was unreasonably mad at Katy Perry going up. You're just mad that they're wasting money?
No, I just think it's extremely out of touch. I think it's like I saw like Emily Ratajkowski had a post online that was like, you just don't like it that women and women of color are occupying these spaces where they're not usually seen. It's like, no, dude, the economy is upside down. People can't pay rent. Nobody gives a shit about celebrities, going to space. And it just doesn't make sense. This is such an out of touch moment in time when people are scared of what's happening economically. And then you're sending up famous people in hair and makeup to float around for a while. It just feels like where are you? Do you have any reasonable outlook on what's actually happening? But who cares? Leave them up there. If anybody wants to go to space, leave them up there. This is crazy enough. Down here is whenever somebody says, "Oh, you don't like fantasy movies or fantasy TV shows?" No, Earth is nuts enough. You ever been to Detroit? It's crazy. You know what I mean? Go to Toledo. It's nuts. It's crazy enough.
Did you just apologize for cursing because you're rage-filled about what's happening in society today? How dare you?
I'm trying to stay clean. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be clean.
But
right
how can you not be mad? I can laugh with you, but I can also point out, hey, out of touch guy, you're talking about celebrity feelings while golfing with them. Go help the homeless.
Hey, wait a minute. I do a lot for charity. I do a ton for charity, and I will tell you this: this fall, I'm going to be headlining a Special Olympics for charity softball event where we're using 16-inch no glove Chicago style softballs, and you pay a little bit of money and you get to hit home runs off of your favorite comedians and celebrities. You get to come hit a couple of jacks out of the park on us, including and not limited to dunk tanks and all sorts of fun stuff. And you can embarrass your favorite comic, celebrity, whatever. So I'm always trying to do the right thing for community and others. I'm trying to uplift. I do my part. I'm not just sitting in space, Dan. I came on this show. This is a favor. You know what I mean? I'm doing this just for you, just to make you look good.
Just for me. It's not. Oh, I thought we were celebrating bad lies together.
You know, Andrew, speaking of charity, have you ever needed tickets to a really important show and you needed your friends to help you out in getting them?
Interesting. I've helped a lot of other people get tickets. I mean, I often will get a text message going, "Hey, hate to bug you, but Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be in town and I'd really love to see him." And then I got to text Sebastian and go, "I'm sorry to do this. Is this okay?" I've helped other people get tickets very, very often. I don't know the last time I've had someone else get me tickets, but what's the nature of the beast of this?
Well, next week from tonight and a week from this Saturday, Pearl Jam is here in Hollywood, Hard Rock Live. Very tough ticket. Some would say even more difficult than Taylor Swift, Andrew.
I don't know if some would say that. I think that's not even an argument. I think Taylor Swift is probably the most valued ticket in the world, in the box office would show that. Not going to say that I don't love a good Better Man Jam by Pearl Jam, but I will say, yeah, so good. Are you looking to go to this show? Do you want me to reach out to someone for you?
Wow. Okay.
No, wait a minute. How did this happen?
That blows up our plan.
Now we're cooking.
That's not an easy ticket, though. It's a 4,000 seat venue, so it's a small venue.
Yeah.
And you think you can just you think you live in such space rarefied air, out of touch with humanity,
Bourgeois.
that you can pick up or you can text someone and say, "Hey, tell Eddie I need tickets."
Not me personally. I'll have one of my assistants do it. Marco, Sheila, Gina, or Steve will do it. They're all here right now, and one of them will text Eddie personally for me. I don't need to do any of that kind of stuff.
So what is the best? So what is the best move if you were trying to impress somebody right now because you're hanging out with Mahomes and Kelsey, because life needs to be about fun and golfing? If you had to impress somebody right now with clout, how do you do it?
Oh my God. I don't need to impress anybody. I'm already married. It's over for me. So, I mean, who do I need to impress? My friends? I mean, I barely have them anymore. I'm trying to think of who I would need to impress. My father is the only guy we're always looking for approval from. And when I sung the seventh inning stretch at Wrigley last season was the moment for my dad. I will tell you, I will give you a little brag, a little tiny, beautiful brag. I went to the Masters for the first time in my life. It was amazing, and I was offered a chance to perhaps play Augusta, which was unbelievable. So, without getting into too much detail, because as you know, it's quite private and interesting, but I was given the opportunity to hopefully play as an invite.
So Stugotz around here has gotten on the course. It is celebrity elite. Stugotz is a famously bad liar around here. In honor of your podcast, No Bad Lies, we'd like to play a game with you. Would you be willing to entertain 4 lies from Stugotz? I believe him to be the greatest liar in sports media. Who would you guys nominate to Santino nationally in the time that we've been doing this 20 years? Who is seen as the greatest liar in sports media? Stugotz has to be on the Mount Rushmore, correct?
If there's only one person on that Mount Rushmore, then yes.
It's just him, so there's no second person famously known as a liar in the sports media.
Does LeBron count because he does podcasts?
Yeah. Okay, LeBron counts. Are you willing to play this game with us?
I am. I wonder. I every time I see that LeBron clip, I wonder if he ever read any of those books that they had him on camera.
He read the first page.
Reading. I was like, man, he's got to write up a book report. He read the first couple of pages. Yeah, that's right. I'm ready to play. Give me the lie. Let me see.
All right. So this is Stugotz. You tell us whether this is a good lie or a bad lie.
So today it was all over the place. I was in a service lane. I was in the 836 line all the way to the end and cut people off to get back onto 95. And I saved myself like 10 minutes, but a cop saw me, and he pulled me over, and he asked me, hey, how long ago did you know you needed to be in the lane you're in now because you just cut everyone off? You could have caused an accident. And I said, I got to be honest. I don't come down this way often. I live up in Parkland. I have a big meeting down in Miami. I said, this is the first time I've been down here in 6 months, and I probably won't come back down here for another 6 months. I had no idea, I told him. So these roads aren't familiar to me.
He'd said none of that to the cop. The cop pulled him over and was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm so sorry, officer. I'm so sorry. Handed over his information, sat there quietly. Did not have any of that banter with the cop. No chance. Not even a little bit. We know the truth. The cop was like, what did you think? What were you doing? He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm running late to this thing. He was really sweet and polite. He turned on his, like, you know, how you talk to your grandma voice. He was not combative like that to the officer. I don't believe that for a heartbeat. No chance. Lie.
Okay, bad lie. The details, he couldn't fool you with the drowning of the details. He thinks he's fast with 6 months here and da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. No?
Watch this. I'll do it right now. So yesterday when I was coming home from the airport, I actually got pulled over on the way home because I got in late last night from Vegas. My flight was delayed and I was rushing home because my wife has been sick for a couple of days straight. And I was coming home and I was flying down the side and I clipped like a car in my neighborhood. I clipped like part of the mirror. I went and I rang the doorbell of the person who was, in that house. They said, that's not my car. And so then I wrote this long note about apologizing. I was rushing home and my wife is sick. And I wrote this really like detailed note about the whole thing and left them my phone number. And I got a text this morning. I'll show you guys. I got a text this morning saying, don't worry about it, big fan, because I had signed my name at the bottom. What do you think about that?
Okay, so it's Stugotz, LeBron, and Andrew Santino.
Total lie. None of that stuff happened. None of that stuff happened. That's easy to do. You just ramble and let your mind wander in these little, spots until you find it. That's not true. Stugotz, that was a lie. Lie.
Let's check the next one. Good lie or bad lie?
Certain days I whistle better than other days. Like if you catch me on the right day, I'll be able to whistle. I just can't whistle today.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I believe that. I'd love to hear him whistle in general, but I do believe that he can't. He's having a tough whistle day. So I guess he's having a tough whistle day. I don't know how privileged you have to be for whistling to be the hiccup of the day, where that's the only issue you have. Most people are going to their second job in the afternoon just to pay rent. This guy's having a tough whistle day. Good God.
You just described and complained about it. Yeah, hurt his lips from the cigarette.
He's not even here.
Tough whistle day.
He not only is he not here, Amin had to do the weekend observations with you a month ago because he's not here.
Poorly.
Let's get to.
You did good. You did good.
Let's get to another good lie or bad lie.
Cabin, attention. Do we have sound for this? Do we have it? Thank you. Listen.
Well done, Mike. That was very fast.
They have asked for volunteers to get off this plane because they have overbooked this plane and no one volunteered. So they went to the computers, and I was one of the people selected to get off this plane. Unfortunately, I have bad news for everyone on this plane. My grandmother is on her last breath. She is on her deathbed, and I need to be there tomorrow. She means so much to me. She, along with my mom, because there was an unfortunate situation in my family where my dad left us at a very early age. So she helped raise me, and I need to have one final conversation with her. So if anyone, out of the kindness of their hearts, would volunteer to take whatever vouchers United is offering and just wait one more night, you'll be here one more night, and then you get on tomorrow's plane, it would mean the world to me. And by the way, I'll throw in some extras as well.
Nice.
You know, I'll throw in a hat, maybe $100, and maybe a Dan Le Batard Show T-shirt.
A hat?
Yes.
I mean, if judging by what I think I know about this gentleman, his grandmother died 20 years ago. I mean, this is not even like a remotely believable lie. How old is this man? How old is he?
Now he's 50-something.
Yeah, 50. My grandmother's still alive, dude. His grandma died in 96.
Multiple
What are you
times.
talking about? Yeah. Look, all of our grandmothers have been dead multiple times, but you can't use it when you're in your 50s. That's way gone. You could have said, if he really wanted it believable, he should have said, my mom isn't doing well, my mother. You can't do grandmother when you're in your 50s. I believe that not at all. Stugotz, that's bad. And also, his name was selected. I don't believe that for a heartbeat. That it just so happens that his name was selected out of all these people. Where does he sit when he sits, Dan? Is this a first class guy?
Yes,
is he only in first class?
Yes, he's only in first class. Yes.
Again, another lie of privilege. They're not taking off the first class guy. They go for the easy shot. They go for the guy in 38C who's cramped between, someone eating an egg salad sandwich and a child that his diaper hasn't been changed in 3 days. That they go for that poor bastard, the guy that would need to get to where he's going because he's got something important. Not for old first class Stugotz. I believe it not at all. Another bad lie.
You seem to have some self-awareness. I'll let you go on this note. No bad lies. This man doesn't make bad things, so I'm eager to see what he produces with his friends because that's the way to produce things. I admire your work for a lot of different reasons, but the thing that you're doing now where you're holding back a little bit on your rage at the class injustice in this country while trying to make comedy in it and worried that the world burns because a lot of people don't have money. And the billionaires are taking all the money. How do you navigate this particular labyrinth of, golf, money, business, fun, friends with celebrities, and the world's burning and Hollywood's burning, and it's kind of infuriating?
Yeah, it is. Oh, look, I mean, my approach to this whole thing was very obvious that I am a golf nut. I always have been. And part of this push is, I didn't grow up country club lifestyle. I had to learn golf on public courses like everybody else did. And then when I slowly got into the Hollywood world, I was able to play more exclusive courses that I never got a chance to when I was young. So I'm trying to bridge this gap between people that played golf their whole life and kind of were a little bit, more privileged to it and the average golfer. I'm genuinely an average golfer. And so to me, I think I'm trying to bring these worlds together and show this lightheartedness and this other side of those that like golf and bridge this gap between people who think it's just for the ultra rich or wealthy, which is not true. I mean, golf is more popular than ever for anybody. It's not a overwhelmingly expensive sport to play. You can play for quite cheap. Nowadays, you can get a cheap set of clubs and you can go play a knock-around public course. I would say more accessible than it's ever been. And I do think more people got into it because of the pandemic, and it created another sense of community and a way to get away with your friends, have a cocktail outside and goof off for a couple hours. Because as we get older, we lose all of our friendships, and it's nice to hold on to something. And this is a way I like to do it. So that's my push. That's my 2 cents. Ball market, check it, clean it, put it back, sink it.
But you're seething underneath it all. Secretly.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I'm upset with the way that the world feels right now. I think everyone is. I think everything feels a little heavy. I said that to a friend last night. Everything feels a little upside down. I'm hoping that we turn this thing around, meaning not we, but the government stops hemorrhaging and it can settle a little bit, so we feel like everything isn't going to collapse. But Hollywood is collapsing in front of my face. That's why I'm making my own stuff so much. That's why Bad Friends was created. That's why No Bad Lies was created. Because I was like, I want to make my own stuff. I don't want to wait for the gatekeepers who don't really want us anymore anyway to tell me what I can and can't do. I'd rather make stuff my own way with my team, my production, my people. And that way, we get to put out to the world something that we enjoy, that we love, to make people feel good in crappy times. You know what I mean? During when people are kind of unsure of the future,
Cool thing, sir. Thank you for your work. Appreciate you coming on with us. One more lie for you on the way out the door. Good lie or bad lie?
Dan, listen, coming from someone who was the BMOC, big man on campus, and I was.
That's so douche.
BMOC. I mean, I was big time on my university. Lacrosse was the only physical sport we had. I was an All-American. BMOC. Listen, I'd pay a lot of money to have it back.
Douche, that acronym.
What college did you go to again?
Clark University.
If I called their athletic department right now and said, can you tell us how to contact one of your more successful graduates, John Wiener?
Yeah.
They would have, oh, yes, we'll.
You mean the guy's jersey that's hanging in the rafters up there?
BMOC 92, of course.
Just refer to me as BMOC from now on.
Unbelievable.
Clark University? University. That's going to be my retort to that. Clark University? I mean, how many students go to Clark? I'm looking it up. 3,000. 3,000, I think, is what it says here, unless I'm correct. 4,000 now, approximately. Clark U. 4,000. That was my high school. Easy to be the big man on campus when your college is the size of my high school. He was probably the only guy that was loud and annoying enough for everybody to know who he was. That's all that is. That's like me thinking I was funny when I was young. I was just stupid and annoying. Teachers were like, he's not funny. We're scared that he's slow. We're scared he's not going to have a future. So everyone laughs at him. They're not laughing with him. They're nervous. They're nervous he's not going to make it in the real world. I'm just lucky.
Congratulations. It worked out. It seems to have worked out for you, sir. Thank you for stopping
It did
by.
all right.
And
thank you, guys.
When does the podcast, it's available now wherever it is you get your podcast?
It's available now. Yeah, it's available now, and it's on my YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube, it's on there as well, and it's all over the place. And the first 2 episodes are up, and it's every Wednesday for the next, who knows, the next 20 or 30 weeks, something like that. So please check it out.
Would you be kind enough on the way out the door to produce a bit for us here real quick? I've got a sponsored bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Victory Lap, and we have sponsored content here, and I've been telling them for months now, come up for a good way to produce this visually. All you have to do is run as hard as you can while giving your take.
Okay.
Yeah, Dan, I have my take if you want it.
Okay, so Jeremy right now is in another room. If you want to coach him up here in some way, we can do the victory lap through him and with him. Go ahead, Roy. Andrew Santino. This is executive produced by Andrew Santino, Jeremy Taché doing the victory lap for the sponsor.
This victory lap is brought to you by Peloton. Find your push, find your power with Peloton at onepeloton.com.
Yeah, that's victory lap.
No, hold on a second.
Okay.
You want to get some coaching on the front end, Santino? Or you just want to watch him and critique?
No, I like it. I bet he's regretting not wearing a bra today, but I think you're doing a good job. Let's go high knees. Let's get those knees a little bit higher.
Okay, you got it.
A little bit higher.
What about
now?
the
Let's
skinny
see him in the
jeans?
frame. I can't see the knees. Let me see those skinny jeans. Jump a little bit. Can you jump?
You want like this? Is this good?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that looks really good. You're looking good, man. High knees, just a couple high knees. Let's hit me with the Peloton. Go ahead, hit me with the read. Let's read it.
Okay, so we already got the read, but the reason we're doing this victory lap is because I was right about everything I said about the Heat. Going into yesterday, I told you guys that if they could shoot over 40% from three, which they had done 12 times with this group.
Stop for 1 second.
Yes,
Stop
sir.
for 1 second.
Okay.
Buddy. We got to get you on cardio. You got to get it. That's insane. That was you did like a fake run for one solid 1.3 minutes.
You don't know how long I was
and you're
gone.
out of breath?
I was Yeah.
Do you ever hit the stairs, or is it elevator only? Is it only elevator for you?
They have a really nice key fob at this hotel that we work at. So it takes us right
There's
up.
no chance you hit the stairs.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
want to see you
elevator
start
only.
hitting the stairs, my guy.
You got it.
Taché, hit the stairs.
Yeah, you got it.
I love you.
Matt stairs.
I love it. I care about you.
I love you too. My
Put
cardio
your,
is
put
always
your, do
been-
the, let me see. Put your hand to your neck real fast.
Yes. You
What
look
are we
at-
talking? 250, 220?
I would say, what does
You
Chris
all right?
weigh? What does Chris weigh again?
Relax.
Whatever that is.
Relax,
238.
guys. Relax, guys.
238.
Santino, I need you to produce the segment, not just rip him for being out of shape. I need him to finish.
I'm so sorry.
I need him to finish the take. Can you coach him up and take us home?
Take us home with this segment, Taché. I think you've got this. Let's jog a little bit slower so you're not running out of breath while you give your last take, okay? And go.
Okay, so
That's way too slow, buddy. That's
Okay,
way
a
too
little
slow.
faster?
Just there it is. A little light jog.
nice.
What
light
girls
jog.
do when they go to the gym. That's it. When they actually don't work out. That's
Nice
what you're
light
doing.
jog.
There it is.
All right, we're looking great. So that being said, I told you guys, the defense for the Miami Heat would be a key in advancing in the postseason. And what did they do? They held the Chicago Bulls to their lowest score of the season. And the three-point shooting was over 40%. Just as I told you it would be, just as I predicted, just as it will continue to be as they beat the Hawks and go on to upset the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Very good segment, dude.
Thanks, man.
And I believe everything that you said.
Thank you.
Whoa, no, you don't. You want to bet on it? You think the Cavs are going to win? See you later, Santino. Good to see you.
Bye, boys. I'll see you. Thank you, guys.
Love you.
It's insincere. It's insincere.
From game night to parties with friends or special anniversary, celebrating important occasions means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer since 1975. Now's a perfect time to celebrate legendary stories with friends, family, and a great tasting light beer. It's Miller time. When I think of Miller Lite, I think of me and my dad cheersing, watching a Marlins game on a cruise together. We get the and the cheers. It's just, when I think of Miller Lite, I think of times with my dad, times with family and friends. It's the original light beer since 1975, still iconic 50 years later. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
It's time for Thursday Thunder, presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Juju, take it away.
Welcome back to another edition of Thursday Thunder, where the question is always to fade or not to fade. First leg, Austin Reeves going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're going to need big games. They're going to need big players to step up in big moments. So I think my brother will get over 4.5 rebounds against the Minnesota Timberwolves this Saturday night. Lock it in. Or not. Second leg, Michael Porter Jr. I think he's one of the key pieces on the Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets. You dig? Salute to his brother Jonte. I think that he is definitely going to get over 15.5 points this weekend. You got to know he will. He's going to need it. The Clippers, they're getting scoring from all over the field. So I think he's going to have to step up if they want a chance in winning this series. And the last leg, the most important player in the entire NBA, Al Horford. Over 7.5 points this Sunday against your Orlando Magic. Lock them in. Yes, sir.
Juju, I'd like an answer to this question on Michael Porter Jr., okay? Because the first series there is super interesting. I can't wait to watch Kawhi and James Harden and all of that. We were talking about strength that people don't understand. I don't believe that most people watching basketball understand how physically strong James Harden and Kawhi Leonard are, how much stronger they are than other human beings. That going up against Denver for a first-round exit when Michael Porter, I believed, when the Heat played the Nuggets in the finals, was the worst starter on the floor in those finals. He was worse than anybody who was playing. Was not a factor in that. Why is Juju telling me that Michael Porter is going to give us something?
Well, I think you should ask Juju first.
No, but I'm asking for your expertise on Michael Porter.
Yeah, I mean, I think Juju, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're thinking basically because he's the other option. If you are game planning against the Nuggets, you're worried incredibly obviously about Jokic and his catches, where he's catching the ball. You're worried about the DHOs with Jamal Murray, how he gets off, and you're worried about Aaron Gordon running the baseline and being able to those lob plays right there. So you only can take away certain things. You can't take away everything. And so the guy that you choose to basically lay off of are probably going to be Christian Brown and or Michael Porter Jr. And of those two, we imagine that Michael Porter Jr. has a better offensive package to take advantage of that. But having said that, yeah, he's had low moments in the playoffs in the past. But Juju, am I in the right ballpark while you got Michael Porter Jr. over on 16.5?
Hell yeah, you exactly right. Everybody's plotting to see how can we stop the Joker? How can we slow down Jamal Murray? But over the past couple of months, whenever injuries have played a factor on that team, Michael Porter Jr. has been forced to step up and take on a bigger role, as well as Christian Brown as well. But I think that stepping up in those moments, it'll be fruitful, you feel me, in this situation like Tyler Hero and the Heat have been. So some of the players had to step up. Khalil Ware, I think that during this playoff series where you're going to need different options, he's going to be one of the key components if the Nuggets want to get it done.
And I'm glad you brought up Tyler Hero because a lot of people kind of look at the step Tyler Hero took forward this year. A lot of it's kind of like Jimmy Butler getting out of the way. And sometimes when you have a person with that kind of big personality and clearing out, that can help a player like that play better. So Michael Porter Jr., I would imagine, would have been the guys that Michael Malone was probably the hardest on because of his potential and because also he's inconsistent. So maybe having David Adelman as a coach makes him feel more comfortable, more relaxed, and he's a better offensive player as a result.
Can we do something together here this weekend? I want to have a build-up of the weekend. Help me do something this weekend as a group. What I would like to do is I would like to figure out how to get tonight's or tomorrow's stakes on Zaslow in this studio to be something, watching Zaslow with the biggest stakes of his life going into Pearl Jam and the Miami Heat. I would like to, on Saturday or Sunday, depending on the game, to have Juju pop up with alley-oop, with whatever game he wants to do, and Amin to pop up with oddball somewhere so that we can do some things around the basketball this weekend that makes the YouTube channel feel a little bit alive. How do we do that? Can the three of you explain to me how I execute this weekend, you guys doing stuff to promote your vehicles in ways that's fun?
Well, Dan, number one, we get with sales, and we got to sell this thing. And I'm thinking Omaha Steaks. Yep. I'm thinking maybe Poppy Steak, maybe Prime 112. Wow. Someone should be sponsoring the show, giving us product, and I should be able to watch Zaz eat a steak as the stakes are rising for him.
Well, I like steak, all right, and I like the Miami Heat, and I like Pearl Jam. I'm willing to do it here tomorrow night, okay? You guys get the game here? Yeah?
Yes, we've got many televisions.
You got ESPN?
We have cable, yeah.
I watch the game right here. Steaks will be nice. I'm not asking for anything extra, but steaks will be fantastic.
You seem like a medium well guy.
Yeah, I am a medium well guy. How about that?
On a steak?
Like why not?
Oof. It's a rubber
medium
shoot.
rare, man.
It's not juicy. It's got to be a medium rare.
Yeah. It depends. Depends what cut. You know, sometimes it's medium, sometimes medium well. Depends what cut. All right. Well, we're not just down the line, Tony. It depends what we got in front of us. I will come here tomorrow night. I'm gonna watch the game. I'll probably bring my son because he's just as involved. I mean, come on, it's 2 tickets. We'll come here. We will watch. But here's it. We got to finalize the stakes, right? Okay. So here's what I'm about to agree to.
All right, but Juju and Amin, think about what it is that you're going to do while he's talking here.
Right. Here's what I'm going to agree to. All right. If the Miami Heat win tomorrow night, I get tickets for both shows. I got 2 tickets for both Pearl Jam shows, and I work, but like I'm working for normal pay. You know.
Got the chart right there.
Right. I'm
paid
working,
work. Yeah.
Right. If the Heat come through, I continue to get paid work as much as you guys want to have me here. I love coming here, and I get the tickets for Pearl Jam. If the Heat lose, I guess I lose it all.
No, and
Work for free.
And you work for free throughout the hockey playoffs.
And your wife.
And your unhappy wife. Kid
Unhappy.
hates you. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he lost his wife for a second. I was like, that's,
well, he will.
I don't know if you guys know this. That one's going to be tough because wives love money.
They do.
Okay, I'm gonna draw the line right there. I think we should lean out of that misogyny of wives loves money because we've been getting a lot of heat online for that earlier today.
I don't
so
know.
Wives loves money, husbands love money, kids love money, everyone loves money.
You're right.
Let's not put it on the wives.
I mean, but
Salute, though.
But they do, and husbands love money, and but wives love money.
I don't know why you keep doing that though. Like I don't understand. And we still haven't gotten the right stakes.
She's going to be the one who's angry when I come home and say indentured servitude.
Those are good stakes.
Anyway,
also we should also lean away from taking of the ass. That's not necessarily that's a heinous crime these days. You know, like let's remember we're broadcasting amongst a lot of different airwaves. You feel me? Trauma is everywhere. Let's not take ass.
There you go.
Take ass.
One by a lot.
He is right on all these things. If he wants to be the ombudsman, wait a minute. Like, we're not unaware that he's exactly right on everything he's saying, correct?
Correct. And also, he's got a great shirt on. For the listeners, he's got a Tinja shirt on, and that's one of the greatest hoodies that you've ever created. Man, Tinjas, I need more smolder. You hate this, Roman.
Are we doing this?
What?
Tomorrow night, are we doing this?
We're talking about Baby Billy right now is what we were doing.
Salute to Sledge Johns on Twitter today, you feel me? Who pointed out a very important fact from yesterday's show. He says, y'all did Juju Gotti wrong yesterday, implying that he listed too many members of Pearl Jam, when in fact he listed all active members and previous members, including every former drummer dating back to 1991. This show may be uncultured Philistines, but this old grudge fan sees you, Juju. And I see you back, guys.
That's a good job out of you.
You should have.
I always know. I always know I'm right when y'all calling me wrong.
No, but Zaz should have defended you there.
No, I wasn't here though. I didn't hear it.
Oh,
he wasn't here.
He left before.
So it's the rest of us. Okay, I'm sorry. We owe you an apology, Juju.
No, it's okay. You don't. I don't defend myself in these situations, especially at this company. I realize that just defending myself just offends or makes you guys uncomfortable. So I just let you guys call me whatever y'all want to call me.
You God.
All right. All right. Now we need to lay down again here. Jesus. Okay.
Oh, folks, Paul Maurice has released a statement. Quote, everyone's available for game one.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, everybody except
That's
for
what
Aaron
I'm talking
Ekblad.
about.
He's suspended.
Except for Aaron Ekblad.
Well, he's not available. He's suspended. That's what I'm talking about.
Why? What do you do?
Chuck is back, baby.
PED.
Oh, Zaslow!
You know this means for lightning, right? You know this means.
Don't say it.
No.
But I know.
Wait, what does it mean?
Don't say it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But I know what you mean.
No.
It's bad news for the Lightning.
All right, coming up next, Pitch Clock.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch, a two-part baseball segment
combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert.
This is the Pitch Clock.
Pitch Clock is back. That's Chris Cody.
Ah, everybody.
Taylor Vippolis with us as well. Our expert will be here momentarily to talk through the 2025 MLB season. But as always here on Pitch Clock, Chris?
That's an obnoxious mirror behind Taylor. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, that is
Taylor real
is
fast.
that Taylor? Is that your childhood home? Your parents' place?
My parents' place. Correct.
I'm rude. Yeah. Sorry. That's probably like your great grandma's mirror.
Yeah,
it's a really nice mirror, actually. It looks very.
The mirror.
My mom listens, so she's probably gonna get a new mirror.
Taylor, why don't you go ahead and tell us what our trivia game is for today?
So we're gonna alternate questions, and if you miss, the other person has the chance to steal.
Okay.
The highest score at the end wins. So I just have trivia questions for you guys.
All right.
We'll start with Chris. Chris, the first question: the most stolen bases in 2007 was from this middle infielder from the NL East.
I think this guy might have been doing Rafael Furcal.
Oh.
That's incorrect.
Oh, it's incorrect.
Jeremy, chance to steal?
2007, is that going to be Jimmy Rollins?
It's not Jimmy Rollins.
Really?
Jose Reyes from the Mets.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Jeremy, very similar question. The most stolen bases in 2009 was from this outfielder from the AL East.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Jacoby Ellsbury is correct.
Yeah.
Ball knower.
All right, ball knower.
Chris Cody, in 1995, the Yankees acquired this All-Star along with Jeff Nelson for Sterling Hitchcock and Russ Davis before winning the World Series.
I'm going to go with... this is totally wrong. Ruben Sierra. I know. Who's 03?
What is Paul O'Neill?
It's not Paul
No,
O'Neill.
it's not Paul O'Neill.
You don't know ball.
Tino Martinez.
Ah, man, same thing.
Jeremy, in 1992, the Toronto Blue Jays acquired this All-Star for Jeff Kent and Ryan Thompson before winning the World Series.
John Olerud.
It's not John Olerud. David Cohn.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to guess.
Oh, God.
I was going to
have
that.
that?
Yeah,
No.
I had it.
Sure,
I had that.
for
I
sure.
had that.
You were just
no
biting
way.
your tongue.
I had that.
Waiting for that moment.
GQ's with me. I had that.
Ridiculous.
That's bull crap.
All right. It's still 1-0.
I'm going to put an asterisk there for messing up,
I
but
get
I
one and
don't
a half.
think...
Chris gets a half a point.
All right, cool.
I'm up 1-2.5. And now to the 2025 baseball portion of today. I have our experts with us. It's the fellas from Cespedes Family Barbecue, Jake Mintz and Jordan Schusterman. Guys, it's awesome to have you back here on the pitch clock. And it's been a really fun start to the 2025 MLB season. I want to dive right into it with you. Who is a player in Major League Baseball this year who's gotten off to a hot start in these first few weeks that's been the most fun to you, whether that's a cool surprise or a player who maybe is now finally like living up to their potential, whatever you want that to be?
Spencer Torkelson on the Detroit Tigers, who was the #1 overall pick in 2020, looked cooked, looked washed, sent down to AAA last year, was not necessarily an important piece of this Tigers team moving forward, showed up with a new swing, and he's been hitting the absolute snot out of the ball.
Torque bombs.
And on the other end, Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who was horrible for the first 3.5-4 months of last season, had 2 home runs on like July 18th, caught fire down the stretch, ended up with a league average line. He has looked like a legitimate MVP candidate so far this season. I know those aren't the 2 biggest markets, but those are 2 players whose highlights are worth watching.
It's exactly why we asked you, right? 2 guys who people aren't necessarily going to be watching.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity in those 2 players to see some elite baseball. Jordan, who has stood out to you so far?
Yeah, I'll go 2 guys also. The first, more on the Corbin Carroll end of things, is just Tatis. We've been kind of hoping that Fernando Tatis Jr. could get back to full-blown what it seemed like he was heading towards before his many off-the-field derailments. But now he's the guy. It really feels like, for as awesome as Jackson Merrill was in his rookie year last year, I know Manny Machado is still kind of the face of this Padres era. But Tatis seems to really be kind of grabbing hold of San Diego in a way that we saw him do earlier in his career, and now it is just at a totally other level. He hit another home run last night, and then I have to say too, another one, just keeping in the West Coast theme, Tommy Edman. I just love that. Tommy Edman, for him to, arrive last year at the trade deadline and then have that amazing NLCS performance where everyone was like, oh, like what a fluky thing. Tommy Edman wins, NLCS MVP. Like that's baseball. You never know who's going to, emerge, as the best player in a small sample. And now here we are the next season, and he looks like one of the best players in baseball. And it's not surprising that the Dodgers have been able to get an even higher version out of him now that he's fully healthy and swinging well from both sides of the plate.
I want to go to a particular team here because maybe the most fun start of the season has been the Cubs offense overall. I mean, they're averaging over 6 runs a game. I think they have like 20 more runs to this point than any other team in baseball. Games played changes some of those things, but it's been crazy. It's not just Kyle Tucker who's going crazy. It's my favorite stats to look at right now. And Carson Kelly is one of the guys playing catcher for them. Pete Crow Armstrong leading, the National League, I believe tied for the National League lead in stolen bases at the time of this recording. Are the Cubs sustainable?
we're going to see a lot of slugfests with this team, and that will be entertaining for the neutrals. I know for Cubs fans, it might be a little bit exhausting, but also when you compare it to kind of the slog of mediocrity that they've given us over the last couple of years, this is a far superior product. And from an entertainment standpoint, I have to imagine Cubs fans still feel like they're going to be in every game because you now have a Kyle Tucker anchoring. You have a guy like Pete Crow Armstrong kind of coming into his own as a hitter. And then, man, Michael Busch, that's another guy I thought about shouting out. And with your first question, that's a guy who's been kind of everything you could ask for and more in terms of a young hitter that they traded for from the Dodgers, and that's been working out.
Anything Pete Crow Armstrong does, I want to watch. Like, he's exhilarating in a way that we haven't had a whole lot recently. I mean, it's elite top of the chart speed. Anytime he touches the ball and it goes into play, it's interesting. Is this Cubs offense this good? No, they're not. No offense is this good.
Right.
No offense is finishing the year with this type of production, which is a boring, sad answer, and I sincerely apologize for it. That being said, they have not gotten really any production from Ian Happ, who has been their most consistent player over the last decade, Dansby Swanson, who everybody listening to this knows, and then Matt Shaw, who was a big deal top prospect who broke camp with them. If those guys kind of go up and the offense from the catchers, which will not continue, goes down, I still think this can be one of the better offenses in the National League.
Taylor, what's the next question for Chris?
DC.
Chris Cody, in 2000, the Giants had the best record in baseball with this former Giant as their manager.
I'm going to say that was Jerry Manuel. Or the Manuel. Wait, hold on. Back up.
All right.
Who the hell am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Charlie Manuel.
No. I'm thinking of... My bad. I swear to... Please just let me re-say
We're going to let you re-say
I'm thinking
it.
of Moises Alou Sr.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll allow that.
Like, you're thinking of... I think what you're at... Are you thinking of Felipe Alou?
Yes.
Felipe Alou.
Sorry. That's who
I'll allow that. Still wrong. Jeremy with the chance to steal.
Dusty Baker.
Oh, sorry.
It is Dusty Baker.
I'm an idiot. The two coaches I could think... Dusty Baker with the toothpick? God, I'm an idiot.
Jeremy, in 2006, the Mets had the best record in baseball with this former Met as their manager.
Is the answer Bobby Valentine?
The answer is not Bobby Valentine. I'm going to allow Chris the chance to steal it.
That's late. That was late to guess Bobby Valentine. That was late.
Robin Ventura.
Oh.
Willie Randolph went over from the Yankees bench coach.
Of course it was Willie Randolph.
God damn it.
The Yankees were 6-0 in the playoffs in 2009 and 2010 against this team, despite them having 2 MVPs on the roster.
Twins.
So annoying. It's 2 to 1.5 now, thanks to Taylor's blunder. Now I'm feeling the pressure. All right, the Yankees.
You know I had David Cohn. It'd be 2-2
No,
right now.
you didn't.
I had it.
I know you didn't.
Look back at my face, the replay of my face.
All right, we have the ISOs. I want you to take the face he just made. Audio listeners, he was very boisterous in the look that he just made.
I had a
But
finger
you know
up.
what he wasn't doing when it was actually happening? Making any face at
I had
all.
a finger up.
Taylor, what's the next question?
This team failed to make an ALCS from 2000 to 2005, despite having 2 MVPs over that stretch.
From 2000 to 2005. I'm going with the Texas Rangers. No.
It is not the Texas Rangers. Chris Cody with the chance to steal.
I don't really know this one. I'm just going to go with the team that I'm thinking of that had a great pitching staff somewhere in there. I'm going to go with the A's.
It is the A's.
What? Was that like Mark? That was like
talking
Wasn't
about?
that like Mulder, Hudson,
Yeah,
and
but
Zito?
not MVP. Tejada won an MVP, and who else?
Giambi.
Giambi won an MVP.
So I thought of it for the wrong reason.
You thought of it for all the wrong
wasn't
reasons.
even thinking of it. I was just like, they were a good team in that era that I don't remember them making it that far.
And so let's just get this straight. Chris Cody is now beating me 2.5 to 2.
Should be 3.
Because of Taylor's mistake.
It could be 3 to 2,
and
though.
accidentally thinking about the MVP going to the A's because he thought all of the pitchers with their potential Cy Youngs that they didn't win would be the reason why.
But that replay, I was like trying to get in. I was like, David, David.
I want to stick with a couple of teams here now on the East Coast that have been somewhat disappointing. I look at the Baltimore Orioles. I look at the Atlanta Braves. Jake, I'll start with you here. Which of these two teams should be more concerned about the start that they've had this season, projecting what the rest of their year could look like?
I think it's the Orioles, and that's just because of the pitching. The Orioles' slow start has been the worst case scenario people could have anticipated. The rotation right now is a big shrug and some rosary beads. Like is the plan? What's the plan? It doesn't like the plan doesn't make sense.
That's where you can have a problem. So Jordan, picking up from there, does it have to be the Orioles? Like, are the Orioles the team that you have to look at and say long term they're in more trouble than you would be if you're a Braves fan?
I still think the Orioles are going to score a lot of runs and remain competitive. But to Jake's point, like, it's literally exactly what we were concerned about. And we're only 3 weeks in. You see that they're last in ERA, last in WHIP, last in strikeouts, last in hits per nine among the rotation. And the only thing they're doing is throwing strikes. But when you're only throwing 90-92, that's not a good thing.
Right.
That's great that you're not walking guys, but generally you're going to get hit around the yard, especially when you're in the AL East, and it's just not a good recipe.
This is where I want to wrap things up with you guys. To
Make us proud.
Yeah. The maybe the coolest surprise of the first 15 games of the season is that through 15 games, the Marlins are a game over 500. That's with a couple of battles in division with the Braves and the Nationals and the Mets. To me, coolest surprise of the season so far is the Marlins. Am I right in saying that?
For me, it's already nice to see some of the young players that they've brought in start to perform, because that's really what you're looking for in a season like this. Who are going to be the players that could be around when this team starts to kind of build back up? And ultimately, when you have a Clayton McCullough in place, it's all about player development. It's all about guys getting better at the major league level. And so hopefully they can have some more of those outcomes regardless of the actual record.
I just imagine you want a reason to care.
Yes.
Right? And Marlins fans just want a reason to turn on the TV and watch this team. And when you're a fan of a bad team, what you're really looking for is trying to figure out which players right now on the bad team deserve to be on the next good team.
That's right.
And when you look at this Marlins roster so far, there are more guys than I thought who fit that mold, right? You can see a world where Stowers is on that team, where Xavier Edwards is on that team, even where Matt Mervis is on that team.
Yeah.
And I think that's what should be so encouraging for Marlins fans, is you are seeing a path forward. Look, are they going to make the playoffs? No, they're not. And that's okay, right? But it is trending way better than we thought it would. And that is a good thing.
Obviously, I think a lot of the concerns with Miami coming into the year is, right, like, how are they going to score any runs when you consider how inexperienced the lineup is? But Max Meyer is someone with draft pedigree, with talent, who is going to be important for this team, because if we're being honest with ourselves, Sandy Alcantara, it's hard to count on him being part of this long-term vision. So thinking about who those next pitchers are, I know there are some in the minor leagues like Thomas White who they're excited about as well, but Max Meyer is here and succeeding in the majors, and that's another guy that you should definitely be excited about.
Between him and Sandy, when Yuri Perez comes back, it's going to be a fun season to watch some pitching with the Marlins and the rest of this baseball season. For that, you need to follow these guys at Cespedes Barbecue on Twitter, and I believe across platform. Jake Mintz, Jordan Schusterman, all their work at Yahoo Sports. Thank you, fellas. We got to get back to our trivia game.
This team's 2003 opening day lineup consisted of Mo Vaughn, Roberto Alomar, and Jeremy Burnitz.
This is so easy. Mo Vaughn. I just
it's
said Mo Vaughn. I meant to say the New York Mets, but I said for some reason Mo Vaughn.
It is the New York Mets.
Of course it's the New York Mets.
You
Mo
monster.
Vaughn, Jeremy Burnitz. This is like my 03.
I can't believe
I can tell you
what you've
3
done to
players
me.
on every team in 03.
This team's 2002 opening day lineup consisted of Fred McGriff, Corey Patterson, and Delino DeShields.
I got this one too.
Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
It's not the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
All right, say the names again. I'm going to steal this one.
Really?
2002 opening day lineup.
I know it.
Fred McGriff, Corey Patterson, Delino DeShields.
Chicago Cubs.
The ball knower, Chris Cody.
Now I beat you by more than half a point. So
that was a ball don't lie situation.
That sucked so much. Taylor, you threw me off my game, and now I feel like a loser.
Guess what? I didn't know David Cohn.
I knew it.
And I still won.
See you next week.